Hi, so welcome back to Real Auto Reports. I'm Jonathan McGrew, live from Real Auto Ranch here in Colorado, and today we have the 2014 Kia Cadenza. This is the new luxury offering from Kia, and it's in this lovely smoky blue, and we have the Real First Impressions video edition for you on this very car, so let's check it out. All right, so from the front, with this all-new car for 14, the Kia Cadenza, the thing I notice first when I look at it is how integrated this front fascia is to the hood and the bumper area. It gives it a very high-end look, and it's fairly sculpted. It's got a lot of detail in it. You've got your fog lights, some nice chrome trim, of course your brand status here, the Kia brand that they're continuing to try to build, a nice egg crate kind of black plastic grille, and it's in a nice glossy finish so that it doesn't look down market. This car has a nice feel to it, good design up here in the hood with sculpting, gives it very much a look like the front here looks very much like a Ford Fusion, which looks like an Aston Martin, so therefore this could even look like a Jaguar. Maybe. It really is a Kia though, and I think Kia is doing a lovely job here from the front. Let's take a look at the side and see how they pull this design together on this luxury sedan. All right, so from the side, again, you'll notice these lovely headlights here. And what I think is really cool is that this frosted section of the headlight that you might have seen from the front, it does glow at night, but it also sweeps around into this beltline detail of the car. Very nice here on the Kia. You've also got 19-inch wheels, and I think these are lovely. They're kind of in a turban style or a 20-spoke style. Very, very nice. Set this car off and definitely set it apart from the competition. You've also got the air fins in the mirror here. That helps you keep stability out on the freeway so that you have air moving over the mirrors appropriately, and they are controlling the wind drag around the car. You also have your turn signal indicators in the mirror, and these will indeed fold in when you lock the car, and they'll fold up out of the way so they don't get hurt. I also like that they've put these chrome details in the door handles here and along the bottom of the car. You've also got the chrome details around the windows, just really wrapping this package up in a nice bow. It is that luxury feel. You can't really see it from this view, but it also has a panoramic roof in the top, so you have your front and rear glass, and your front sunroof will tilt and slide back over top, just like a lot of the other cars, including the Nissan Maxima, Ford Taurus, and a host of others. Actually, the Sonata that we've also tested here at Real Auto Reports will have this kind, and so will the Optima. So it's a nice feature, and we really like it. But we've got some stuff we need to show you at the back, so let's take a look. All right, so from the back, one of the first things I want you to notice as you look down the side of the car, that beltline detail I told you about comes through the taillight and across the back here. It's a really nice design. I like these taillights. They also have this frosted sort of glass, if you will, or frosted plastic, as opposed to the dotted LEDs. So they're a nice bright LED light, but they give you this kind of like neon sense about them. It's a really lovely design at night. And then you have this chrome detail here under the trunk lid, your chrome detail here in the back bumper, along with park assist, which you probably can't see from the camera view. You also have a rear backup camera that I think is pretty clear and usable, all things being equal from a first impressions perspective. And then right along the bottom here, you pop the trunk, and indeed it does open up. And we've got our camera stuff in here and our quick stand mat, great for kneeling on. Great trunk room in this car, almost 16 cubic feet. It's about 15.9. And then you have, the ability to really slide stuff in there, which is really great. Now, it doesn't have a power open or closer, so you will have to shut it yourself. But at the price point and in the category, the back of this Kia and the room and the options we think are pretty nice. And the Cadenza, well, it doesn't have a lot of badging other than its namesake, so we think it's pretty cool from a first impressions perspective. But the interior's really something to look at, so let's check it out. So from the driver's seat, the thing that you're going to notice about the inside of this Kia Cadenza is really how nice it is, especially in this multi-tone package we have here. We have this cream colored interior. You can see the cream insets on the door. It's got the nice wood trim as well, in a darker wood trim, but it is complementary to the tones in this car. And I like all the soft touch up here on the top of the door, inside the door. You've got beautiful perforated leather seats here. You've got a power leg extender, which we have extended here. You also have the multi-stage lumbar, which is nice. You know, I think they've done a great job in the inside, really putting the detail together. You've got satin trim around most of the features, including the climate control, the radio controls, the gauges, and even the vents. So they've really taken a step up from even the Optima. And I think if I had to choose, I really like what they've done here with the Cadenza, just from a first impressions, and we haven't even gotten into the real video, the real review. It also has, as I mentioned, the power folding mirrors, which is great. It has an auto setting, so when you lock it, they fold up, as I mentioned before. Blind spot monitoring. It's also got lane departure, adaptive cruise control, cool driver's seat, and both front seats are heated, and so are the rears. A lot to offer here from Kia in this vehicle, and of course you can't forget the touchscreen navigation and entertainment system with the radio and the Bluetooth controls for your phone. Also all the wheel controls here so that you can control everything right from the wheel so you don't have to look away from the road. Great stuff coming from Kia, but the real question people have is, how is this vehicle powered? So let's look under the hood. All right, so under the hood, what you're going to find is a 3.3 liter V6 engine, direct injected from Kia. That's what the GDI is, and this is about 293 horsepower, and we'll see 0 to 60 in about 5.96 seconds, according to other independent tests. We think this is a pretty cool motor, and the setup is a front-wheel drive, two-wheel drive motor. So you're not looking at an all-wheel drive offering here, but it will be comparable to things like the Nissan Maxima, especially in that 0 to 60 range. You'll see 19 miles per gallon in town, 28 miles per gallon out on the freeway. So you're not sacrificing power or fuel economy really to have this luxury offering from Kia. Now the thing that you want to keep in mind is that this car has a 6-speed automatic transmission, and it'll shift very similarly to the Kia Optima. So it's not going to feel unusual either if you're used to driving the Kia or probably even the Hyundai brand. But to talk more about that, let's see how this vehicle does out on the road. All right, so from a first impressions perspective on the driving experience, this Kia is pretty cool. The Cadenza is all new to Kia for 2014, and it's got a really smooth driving experience. In fact, the wheel and the power steering is excellent. At least I think so. It's got a nice, smooth, and easy feel, yet at the same time, it's got this sense that it's connected to something. Like, you don't get that weightless or numb feeling, I don't think, in this vehicle. Although, what I will tell you is that this car is surprisingly fast, even though it seems slower. Like, you wouldn't guess that it goes 0 to 60 in about 5.9 seconds. You also probably wouldn't guess that it's about 293 horsepower. And you know, what I like about this car is it's got big mirrors, you can see everything, the controls are all reachable, and it has a nice luxury sedan feeling to it, which is exactly what Kia was going for. So from a first impressions perspective, you're going to find the ride nice and smooth, you're going to find the interior pretty quiet, and I think you're going to find the driving experience nice in that you aren't wrestling with a sports sedan. The steering's not that heavy, but it still gives you confidence when you go around curves that you can do so without losing control. It's a nice car, but you know, I really want to dig into it more, so you'll have to come back for the real video, the real review, where we go in depth on the driving and all the other features this Cadenza has to offer. We'll have the wrap up coming up next. So that's the real first impressions video edition on this 2014 Kia Cadenza. This is a pretty neat car because it is going for that Azera Genesis luxury line if you're familiar with the Hyundai group of vehicles, and Kia being think of it as a second cousin, or maybe even a first cousin, it's that close. Similar technology, but a different look and feel. I think this is a younger car, styled more in a German styling maybe than from a Japanese styling. And at about $41,000, it has a lot of really good features that might even compete with some of the higher-end luxury brands. And with a 0 to 60 time right about 5.9 seconds and decent fuel economy, Kia's really offering something special to consumers for a pretty good price, all things being equal. We'll have the real video, the real review coming up shortly on this 2014 Kia Cadenza, so make sure you stay tuned for Real Auto Reports right here from Real Auto Ranch. I'm Jonathan McGrew, and we'll see you down the road.